TV with me, Disrepute, and it's going to be aCtion League versus l0wfly in the ClanBase EuroCup Quake Live TDM number 26. Is the first match in the group stage. It's a Group B match, and it could be very important to see which team will qualify through in those top 3 spots. This is one of the closest potential matches we have, actually, going forwards in the very first week. First map's going to be Grim Dungeon, second map will be Limbus, and this is aCtion's map pick. Let's quickly run down the teams. ZLC, Nightops, Viam and Dash for aCtion. l0wfly have Triple Sex, FRS, Funny Bee and Silencer. This is a double power up map, and kind of map where you need very good team play as opposed to superstar individual play.
Well, you definitely need to be very organised, otherwise, you know, if you're facing an organised team, they will just rip you apart. But, you know, you'd expect both teams to be organised on this map. Both teams are filled with experienced players, and whilst aCtion certainly have an edge in terms of, you know, how much they've been playing together, I think, you know, you've got some solid players in the l0wfly lineup who should gel quite quickly as a team.
So the highlight players for me on each team, ZLC is always brilliant to watch for aCtion. Not necessarily saying he's the best player, but on the team, because they have a very strong lineup across the board. But he's always a great player to watch. And maybe for l0wfly, I always like seeing Funny Bee play, actually.
Yeah, I think he's a very good player. He's more of a known as a CPM player, I guess, but you know, he's showing he's very strong in Quake Live and, well, Quake Live TDM.
So I mean, there's who would you say is the absolute best TDMer on the server?
Well, I guess you'd say Silencer on past performances maybe takes that, but it's pretty close. You've got some really strong players on here. You've got the 3 Danes, of course, who were part of that Nations Cup winning lineup.
Yeah. That's the ESL Country Championship.
Sure was.
Denmark were the champions. Didn't do too well, actually, the following season in the ClanBase Nations Cup.
No,
as well as perhaps expected, anyway.
No, it was kind of disappointing, I guess, but, you know, maybe they burnt themselves out performing so well in the ESL Nations Cup.
I'll be very interested to find out is if any tactics have developed on Grim Dungeons. Obviously, it's been around since, well, 1999. Quake 3 arena it started off. There's a couple of changes since the Quake 3 days. Tactics have evolved over time. It'll be interesting to see if either of these teams go really aggressive, if maybe if both of them go really aggressive, fighting out for this red armor room, which we have seen more recently, or whereas maybe a couple of years ago we were seeing very defensive play from teams.
Well, it's true, it will be interesting. I mean, both of these teams certainly have a knack for playing aggressively, so maybe we will see an aggressive game on here.
So here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's ClanBase EuroCup 26 getting off and underway. aCtion League and versus l0wfly, and all 4 aCtion players seem to be in the red room straight away. I mean, what kind of spawns were that?
Well, it's quite strange, and it's going to possibly just give us a standoff at the start, because there's no way l0wfly will look to attack before the first power-up, so I really don't think so.
Yeah, I'm following Viam off the start. He's got this shotgun doorway under lock. We do have a power-up time on the timer. In 10 seconds time, Silencer takes out Viam, rushing around the corner with that rocket launcher. He's got inside the shotgun room, waiting for the second spawn of the shotgun, and then standing in a very dangerous position for his opponents. Funny Bee picking up that quad right away. There's a slight delay on that battlesuit in the hands of ZLC. He does have a red armor to his name. Where's that quad? Takes out Triple Sex, and now he's going to have to move back and try and defend this room. Great rail up the bounce pad from ZLC. He spots the quad damage. He's surrounded, in fact, by the l0wfly players. He's run out of rockets as well. Oh, he actually hits that rail shot on the quad. He's eliminated, though, by Triple Sex. So we switch around to the quad carrier, Funny Bee, and they're just going to probably consolidate control of this red room.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to ZLC's teammates then. I mean, were they all killed? Because, you know, he was on his own there, and he actually had to end up wasting his ammo, as it were, on, you know, players other than the quad. And then the quad rushed him, and that was the end of him.
ZLC spawning right in front of Funny Bee, though. Easy kill for the l0wfly players. I'm going to switch around to somebody who's maybe more on the front line. In fact, Silencer, I switched around, he's 100-100. He has a railgun as well. And we've seen him utilise that very effectively in the past.
Yeah, and having a good railer sitting in this position is very dangerous, of course, because, you know, if he can hit the player who picks up that yellow armor, then all that yellow is gone. And, you know, as good a railer as Silencep is, he will be hitting shots in this position.
In this doorway, just trying to bait them out with their jumps. You'll be able to just top up his armor as well with those shards. Triple Sex there with second rail as well. Perhaps leaves vulnerabilities on the other side of the red room, but this is a kind of
standoff. They actually have
play.
3 rails as a team.
Wow,
FRS has a rail as well.
Triple Sex moving forward. Silencep looking for the counter rail. He does hit one shot. Takes out Vime as well. They're going to confiscate a lightning gun, and that is a dangerous weapon to have stolen away. And this is a good time to rush 20 seconds before the quad. Triple Sex and Silencep trying to move through. They are pushed away though. Let's switch round to Night.
Well, there is a lot of pressure on this quad disc with 2 railers with only 5 seconds to go.
Took out the action player who did rush forwards. In fact, Nightups goes aggressive. He's probably done the right thing, but he's the guy waiting for the quad as well at the same time. Slight delay on it, but they're pretty much synced now. FRS.
It was a very nice move by Nightups, so he had to push that player away to give a safe pickup.
Yeah, Nightups does take that quad. He's taken the bounce pad route. And he's been spotted, so the Battlesuit should come rushing round. Looks like they've got a great position. Great rail there. Spawner right up to the side of him. Where's that quad damage? I mean, Battlesuit, sorry. There he is. It's a rail shot. Oh, and great rocket jump up by FRS. Catches out the quad. That's an excellent move. Just got the wrong side of him when the Battlesuit runs out. And there's going to be a big rush over this red room, it looks like. That's a good steal away by FRS of the drop weapons and just switched a gauntlet before he went down. So he didn't drop any.
Does leave action in control of red though, and it'll be interesting to see. You know, l0wfly, they already have a smallish lead, but it's, you know, significant at this stage perhaps. It'll be interesting to see what they do from here.
Let's see ZLC timing that red armor perfectly with the railgun inside this red room. He hasn't really got any ammo though. He's only got 1 shot to work with, so he can't really push or do anything really effective. Could do with a rocket launcher. And then
rocket launcher would certainly allow him to push out towards rail, and you know, that's something they were giving up earlier while they had the yellow armor position, so don't want to continue giving away rails to a team containing players like Silencep.
Wow, ZLC's put himself in a dangerous situation, but that's amazing shotguns. He's just 2 players they managed to take out there. He saved himself with some very heavy shotguns there.
Yeah, and a grenade from Funnybee, I think it was, taking out FRS, which kind of saved ZLC in that situation.
So he backs off the cycle round a little bit. Funnybee just waiting on a weapon, doesn't have one at the moment. Silencep sitting in this upper yellow position. It's 10 seconds to go before quad. He's going to pick up this last yellow, but quad is actually first, and this is a dangerous situation to be in, sitting down here. They could rush through there. Just spam those grenades, can't really do too much other. And the Battlesuit has been eliminated. It looked like a steal, actually.
It was a steal, yes. So this is huge now for l0wfly. They can really take full control of this map now with a good quad run.
Picks up his favourite weapon, the railgun, en route in 50% with that at the moment. Spammed back by rockets that weren't particularly well placed, but he's been surrounded, and look at the damage. Down to 46 health. Smidgen of armour. Look at that, though, a hat-trick of kills. He's going to get a 4th here in a row on Dash. Oh, and there's the 5th on Nightups. Did just steal away that yellow. Pretty unfortunate for Silencep, but excellent run. And now he's going to try and take this lightning gun, but looks like it's not going to spawn in time for him.
That was a great quad run. I mean, I was worried at the start when he was in that red room. It looked like he had no momentum because, you know, he suddenly took all that damage, but he then takes out that whole team, and, you know, any time you take out the whole team, you know, they have to then start again with nothing.
But what was the difference to earlier, to ZLC's Battlesuit, was it? He was on his own in there, whereas Silencep, you could see his teammates came in to support him and gave him those split seconds to line up those shots, rather than all the fire being focused.
And of course, the quad does rely more on the support of its teammates than the Battlesuit does, of course, with the damage reduction, and, you know, it helped him tremendously.
Silencep getting another rail kill on ZLC. This time he's up to 50%.
Yeah, and if he can work positions like this, then he's going to be putting all kinds of pressure on aCtion. Now, they really have to be wary of a player like Silencep with a rail in those situations.
Cycle round a little bit. ZLC what on now? As I pointed out, one of the more exciting players makes the jump up the bounce pad by this railgun position. He's going to come into contact soon. That's a great couple of rockets on Funny Bees. Oh, it just needs to hit that last one. He took out Funny B pretty much unscathed, and Triple Sex is going to go down as well. Excellent play from ZLC there. Just dominated that area.
Yeah, it's a classic position, of course, to take up, and you know we've seen it there. It works, and that's why people keep using it.
And he comes up the bounce pad in perfect time for the quad. Just takes that railgun just before, and Funny B's taking the battlesuit, jumps right into the lava. So this is again a free quad run across the map. But this time for aCtion.
Yeah. ZLC is certainly a player who can make spectacular quad runs.
One frag on this run, nice bit of rockets at distance. He's got to be careful pushing through this doorway though. Grenades in the air for Triple Sex, non-connect though, and it looks like last few seconds of this quad is just going to make sure this red room's secure.
Yeah, they have that secure, but this time they need to be out quicker, I think. I mean, we saw last time, you know, ZLC, he had armor, he didn't have the weapons though. This time they need to make sure they've got weapons on people with armor that can actually push out and put some pressure on l0wfly.
Gonna cycle around a little bit. Let's have a look at Nightops. He's the guy spamming the grenades. And he does actually have a railgun, so he's wanting desperately to get inside that room. He just needs something like a rocket launcher to be able to get in there. Shotgun. Well, it's a riskier weapon to utilize. Oh, heavy grenade. Oh my god, Funny B! A hat-trick of grenades. That was 100 stack Nightops with a railgun, just eliminated from play instantly.
And it's so frustrating when that happens. You can never predict just being hit by grenades like that. It's so frustrating.
And just highlights the ability of a player like Funny B, the skill of using a grenade launcher like that. Really impressive play. 3 frags is the margin. We're following Silensep. He's stacked up, but he's not going to move out because he's going to wait for the power. Let's go around to Triple Sex. He's more on the front line here, over this railgun position. And all he'll really want to do is put a bit of pressure on the battlesuit pickup. It's a couple of seconds after the quad.
He's running out of his rocket launcher ammo though, and he probably would have needed that to put significant pressure on.
Yeah, he's going to be kind of lost in this position though. He does actually pick up the rocket launcher. I'm going to cycle away. They see someone where FRS was pushing low. So they've got a very nice setup, l0wfly, in terms of attacking the battlesuit. There's 2 players there before, though. Nightops has gone down. ZLC picks up the battlesuit. It's a clean battlesuit run on the way then. Oh, missing out on that red armor. Triple Sex takes it. And he needs that ammo as well. Look at the grenades spamming around. Silensep, good defensive play, but that quad being eliminated, I mean, that could really cost l0wfly in these next 30 seconds. If they lose the red and maybe, look, this upper
It's
quad
always
area.
significant when one power-up is dead and one power-up's just running the map.
There is that red armor in the hands of aCtion. I mean, perhaps they could have kept pushed out there. ZLC, oh my god, he's caught. One of the players out there for l0wfly. Great spams across the map though by Triple Sex, who in turn is avenged.
Yeah, I do think you're right in saying maybe they're a bit too passive there. They did retreat back to the red room as a team, even though they had the only power-up on the map, and they can't keep doing that if they want to close this score in. I mean, I know it's only a 6 frag margin, but you're not going to bring that back, the smaller margin as it is, without actually, you know, trying to play slightly more aggressively, I don't think.
Well, we've seen over the whole map so far, l0wfly have always been in the lead, no matter how slender it is.
Yeah, and again, they didn't have a power-up then, and yet the lead, you know, it wasn't significantly altered. They still retained that same sort of frag lead.
Still following Dash in this choke point area over the railgun. He's already got one, doesn't really want to take it, but no one came for it. 18 rail shots to work with though anyway. He could do with railing across at the quad. I'm going to switch around to somebody who's obviously in combat. ZLC goes down. He's going to grab that upper yellow, in fact. So, looks like they might have missed out on a yellow there, l0wfly. Silensep is waiting for it, but he's missed it. Triple Sex has just gone down the cycle away from him, so FRS looks like the guy ready for this quad. He's in 69% rail at the moment, though he doesn't have one to his name. He does have a lightning gun. Good position. Funny B took up at that front doorway as well. Oh my god, he's wicked careful, FRS. He didn't notice Dash standing right there with the rockets. Oh, and there's the battlesuit eliminated, but it was a steal by Silensep, so free quad run, and again aCtion have dropped a power up.
Yeah, this is worrying for aCtion. This is not the first power-up they've had stolen away from them, and this could, again, extend l0wfly's lead further.
Here we go, FRS with the quad. Second frag off the bat takes ZLC out as well. He's only got a couple of seconds left with quad. It runs down, but in an excellent position now. l0wfly to lock down this red room.
Surprised to see ZLC coming in with the quad still active. I mean, Now that's surely where you'd expect to meet the quad when you enter into the red armor room.
Slight mistiming perhaps on when he could enter the room. This is good defensive play by FRS. Wow, almost got knocked into his opponents. Well, 3 of their players down there. FRS realising that they might be a little bit vulnerable inside the red room. In fact, look, the spawner there could have cost them quite badly.
Well, he was immediately dealt with, but it's positive from l0wfly. This is what we haven't seen from aCtion when they've had the opportunity to do so. You know, l0wfly, they've gone aggressive, whereas aCtion, they've been far more passive, which is quite surprising considering the players they have in their lineup.
Following ZLC at the moment, doesn't have any armour to his name, but he does seem to be front line. That's a great little jump dodge, stop the first rocket doing any damage, although he did miss his shot. He's had to back off here trying to catch. Oh, Funny Bee retreating, but instead he's the one that gets caught. We do have 25 seconds before the next power up. ZLC off the spawn as well, and this is one of the kind of attributes of this map. You get a lot of spawn kills out of it.
You certainly can be unlucky on this map when it comes to spawns, and 1 kill can turn into 3 or 4 if you have bad luck on your spawns.
Have you seen the power-up time difference? 7 seconds between the two, so quad's going to become even more important. It looks like aCtion have actually secured that in Viam's hands here, so they could really get the quad over to this battlesuit and take it over. He takes out 1, 2 players, maybe a 3rd. Straight off the bat, he's surely secured it. Wants a teammate to just go and take that, and there's a massive delay on it now. As we switch round to ZLC's point of view, I'm going to switch back to the quad actually though. The Viam, who's got 4 frags on this run, this is going to be a big moment to come back. Almost gets caught in the back by FRS. A shotgun there, almost dives into the grenades as well, but he comes out on top of that. 80-80 is his stack, lightning gun in hand. Switches to the shotgun, low on ammo, and I'm going to switch back to this battlesuit, who hasn't actually got any kills at this run because Viam managed to mop them all up. Look at that, it is a 1 frag game now. 6th impressive for ZLC. It's a point blank range rail, although he's pummeled in the back by FRS off the spawn. Still, after such a great power run, l0wfly somehow managed to hang on to that.
Yeah, but they had brought it back aCtion. You know, they had slipped to a 10+ frag deficit, and it's certainly closed in now, and that's what they need to do more of. They were going aggressive with those power-ups, looking for the frags. Unlucky perhaps not to get more because ZLC wasn't able to find as many players as Viam did, but positive signs for aCtion, and they need it. We're well over halfway into this map now, and they need to start showing more.
We've got 3 sets of power-ups left to spawn, and this is a very low score for Quake maps, although for this map, in this defensive style, this is what you'd probably expect. FRS hitting a very nice railgun up the bounce pad, and his stats on this map with rails are what you'd expect from a top tier player. That is amazing rocket play from FRS, great dodging, and he did so much damage with those rockets there, hitting 70% rail, 40% rockets, but his rocket play was excellent. Look at this micro dodge as well, it was so perfect.
And this is excellent from him because it's all about dealing out the damage, but as we saw, he barely took any in return.
Incredible play. He might even be the guy to pick up the quad, although it's going to be Silensep. He's only got 33 health though, could drop down and pick up the 225s. Decides to take the upper route for the 225s. Wise choice, because he can then help his team secure this. What is he doing?
Oh no.
Did he just drop? It looked like he just dropped. It just fell into the void, and there's the battlesuit. Oh, wow. I don't know who hit that rail shot, but Funny Bee with the battlesuit into the void as well, and that saved his blushes.
That was a huge moment in this match, because if they'd have come away with double power-up again, l0wfly, then you could have seen them expand their lead to a point where that could have been it for aCtion in this game, but Silensep's mistake and the railing of that battlesuit, that keeps aCtion in this.
Following Nightops at the moment does a lot of lightning gun damage. In fact, he's surrounded here though. He did a rail shot just before he went down, drops the railgun as well.
Once again though, we're seeing that the aggression on this map is coming from l0wfly. It's not aCtion, which is unexpected for me.
Yeah, aCtion are always one of the more aggressive teams. They all have great individual skill.
I mean, bear in mind, they picked this map as well, aCtion. This is not l0wfly's pick, but they're playing it very well.
Let's all keep into consideration though, it is only a 2 frag margin. We've got 4 minutes remaining, we've got 2 sets of power-ups left to spawn. Quad is going to become so much more important as well. Look at the time difference between the
16-second difference, it's essential. You certainly cannot leave quad uncontested.
Let's stick with Triple Sex as he goes into this underground area. He's done a lot of rocket damage. He's going to need to, they're going to probably have to need to push now, really. 25 seconds before the quadruple sex. It's almost like he got the call then to actually attack because he was on his way back. He catches out ZLC with that railgun. He's going to take the bounce pad. That's an interesting route against an LG spawning area. Comes out alright from it though. There's actually a lightning gun off the spot. Great rocket. 8 seconds to go. It looks like they're going to win over this area.
Yeah, this has been a good attack, and if they come away with this quad, you know, they're heavy favourites for the suit.
Oh, Knights, does he steal it? No! And 2 easy frags for Funny B off the quad, and he doesn't even need to rush for this battle. So
exactly, there's no rush at all. He's got time to accumulate more health. I mean, 69 is a railer in there. This is dangerous.
Yeah, he's decided to... Well, he's going to drop down the main bounce, is he? ZLC takes it, look at that rocket! And the quad finishes him off, pushing him into the void. And I think, yeah, the quad was eliminated, so... I'll switch around to Nightops randomly. It looks like he's going to grab this red armor. He's only got 22 health, though. He's always dangerous. He goes down pretty quickly. FRS has a good chunk of armor as well. Lightning gun in hand, gets an easy frag on Dash as he rushes towards him.
Great play as well. Look at him go back into that position to make sure no one's coming in through the shotgun room. Although, as I said, that he leaves it open.
Yeah, it's almost like then he heard you say it.
But he's back here, look.
Wow.
This is what l0wfly were doing all game. They're willing to actually push out into these positions. Didn't work that time, but it's the willingness to do that that's given them the lead, I think.
That was so close. I haven't actually looked at the scoreboard, come to think of it. I've been so engrossed in the game. Look at that FRS plus 8 net, Funny B plus 5 net, Triple Sex minus 14. Kind of indicative of the kind of positions they probably taking up. We've seen Triple Sex in the lower area a lot, which has seen a bit more contesting going on from aCtion. But the damages across the board, ZLC 5.4k, that's to do with power-ups potentially.
When would you ever see Viam as the lowest damage dealer? I mean, one of the most aggressive players we've seen in Quake Live, and very low damage for him.
There's only 4 difference in reds though between the two. I mean, it's a 10 frag margin. It can go either way still. We've got 15 seconds till the final quad of the map. And we only have 1 minute 20 seconds left remaining. They can still do this action if they take control of this quad. In fact, I would almost put them as favourites to win it, ironically.
And they've definitely got this quad sealed.
Could be brilliant. Here we go. Dasher decided to take this one. He had the better stagger. Takes that triple sex. Avoids that grenade. Silence trying to hit in a pummel there. 10 seconds to go till the battlesuit. Doesn't really need to drop down this early, but he decides to. 5 seconds to go before the battlesuit. He doesn't really want to take it because he wants to get on and defend it. He wants to do the damage with the quad. There's the battlesuit. ZLC doesn't have much. He almost fails the jump. Does make it across though. Funny B goes down. Let's switch back to the quad, see what Dash can do. Off the spawn, Funny B eliminated. He's got 3 frags on this run. The quad is just running down. Let's switch around to the battlesuit. He is underground. He's only got 1 frag on the board at the moment. And he gets schooled by FRS's rocket play, who has been exceptional this map, I have to say.
Yeah, that's a big kill because, if they'd have taken out FRS as well, I don't know how many weapons l0wfly would have had left to defend with, and...
4 frags the margin, 3 frags the margin, 2 frags the margin, it's 20 seconds to go, 3 frags again. It seems like they just can't get it. aCtion. We're following Dash at the moment, who does have that lightning gun, but he's not got enough ammo to really utilise it. He's got to be careful here, doesn't want to give away more frags. It's a 4 frag margin now.
Just
5
slightly
seconds
too
left.
far.
Just too much, and that is such an excellent performance by l0wfly.
Yeah, it really is, because they definitely could have lost it on those final power-ups. They did very well to evade. I mean, 2 power-ups running around the map, you don't have anything really to defend with. Other than the FRS, we saw the rockets, and that was very well done to hold on to that map win.